There's two ways you can do color shifting with the Crystal Focus 10. Let's dive right in and I'll show you. Right, now for this demo I've created a setup using only two blade profiles and two sound fonts. Sound font number 1 is using blade profile number 1 called Swing Bright. Sound font number 2 is using blade profile number 2 and that's called Flicker. I've only got one color profile, and double clicking it I can immediately show the difference between the two options that you have to create this color shifting. The first one is called Swing Bright. The second one you can do by using the flicker options in the blade profile. Now, what's the main difference? The Swing Bright will shift the color from the main blade color to the FX color called E color, and the flicker color shifting will shift from the blade color and it will overlap that color with the color from the K color setting. Now, what's another major difference is that the Swing Bright action is a solid color. So it will show a solid blue, and the flicker parameters will show a distortion, and I can show you that showing this blade profile. So these are actually the style flicker, and the mapping flicker are the setup that you can use to do the color shifting. When you set this to noise, either to noise or to bicolor or to random, then it will show this color on motion if you set the mapping flicker to motion controlled. If you set it to static, then it will always show. If you set it to motion controlled, then it will only show on motion. Now, you can influence how it looks by using the force flicker and the depth flicker. Force flicker, it will create less or more havoc depending on the setting, and the spatial flicker mixing depth, it will determine how well it's mixed in the color. I can show you the difference. Let's first show you the Swing Bright version right now. And after that I will show you we can show you the flicker option right now. Now, in both demos you must have noticed that the blade started black until I started moving the saber. You can see it right here. I did this intentionally. I put the main blade color to black, so it won't output any color. Just to show you the difference between the FX Swing Bright and the K color flicker color on motion. And I was only using this single color profile. One difference that I would like to show you is the effect that the flicker parameters will give you, and I can show you this on a static blade on the floor at best. Let's take a look. As you can see, this is some kind of an unstable effect. You can have two options now. Three options actually. It's the bicolor, the noise, and the random. The movie flicker is a different kind of effect, which is also very nice, but it doesn't provide the color shifting options. Now, for the flicker parameters, there's actually two other parameters that I want to discuss. This is the spatial flicker location parameter and the spatial flicker spreading parameter. If these are set to 0, it means that the flicker effect will cover the entire blade. But you can set the size flicker to a specific size, and then you can set the location on the blade using the pos flicker parameter. So this way you can, for example, create a flashy effect on the hilt only on motion and set it to a bright color, so when you move the saber you will have a very nice effect at the hilt only. That's it for the flicker parameters. There's one other option that I'd like to discuss. It's the swing dampen effect. And what the swing dampen effect does, it actually turns the effect around. So it's the complete opposite. So you will start at the blade with the FX color, and on motion it will show you the blade color. And it's always a stable effect. But you can, however, combine this with some unstable effects with the unstable parameter, but this can be quite tedious, so you'll have to experiment with that yourself. I think that is it. I'll share the blade profiles that I used in this demo, and they'll be available for download, and I'll link them in the description. Enjoy!